You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side, yeah.
Hi everybody, welcome to Staynlove Motivations. I'm Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and your life coach motivator. Welcome to this week's post. This week we're going to be talking about awakening the power within you. Now last week we discovered that we have the power, that when we came off the spiritual assembly line into this earth plane, that we were fully equipped to be, do, and have whatever it is that we wanted to be, do, and have, right? So this week we're going to realize and tap in and awaken the power within us. I've discovered that the way to awaken the power within you is it must be activated. How is it activated? Well, I've learned that the way that the power is activated is through understanding exactly what that is. My definition of the power within is your subconscious. It's your spirit man. It's what's really driving you, right? And if those things are not in perfect harmony, then your life is in disharmony. It's not flowing the way it should. It's not synergistic. It's chaotic. It's struggling. It's resistant. All of those negatives that keep you from experiencing and awakening your true power. It actually begins to work for you instead of work against you instead of for you. So in order to awaken the power within you, I like to call it the sleeping giant, right? It's a sleeping giant because that's just how powerful we really are. That's just how powerful our power is, that, right? So in order to effectively awaken the power within you, it requires reprogramming your subconscious. If your subconscious, well, let me put it this way. If your life is a reflection of what's really going on inside of you. So if your life is drama filled, if it's resistant, if it's not peaceful, if it's not harmonious and happy, if it's filled with constant upheaval and chaos and, all those great things that we like to watch on TV, but we don't want to experience in our life. If your life is that, then that's a reflection of what's going on inside of you, believe it or not. If your life is disorganized, if your spiritual state is disorganized and, dirty, then your life is going to be that way. If your home is organized, clean, if there's a good, peaceful feel to it, then that's what's going to be reflecting internally, right? And it's going to reflect externally in your life. So in order to effectively awaken the power within you requires reprogramming. If you realize or you come to the realization that your life is not it's not the life you ordered, then you need to change it. And I've been saying that since the inception of Staynlove. If your life isn't the way you want it to be, and you know it because you're like, this is not what I signed up for, then you change it. The greatest thing about being human is to really realize just how powerful we are, and then to make a world that we didn't arrive in, right? Is to, you're born into a drama-filled, chaotic life with individuals that you're like, I don't know who these people are, but they're not my family, right? If and then you actually have the power, you actually activate that power within you to change it, you're unstoppable, because then you begin to realize just how powerful you really are. And in order to awaken it, you must reprogram yourself. I had to learn this, and I'm so grateful that it was revealed to me that that's what I needed to do because I'm a doer. So if there's something that I need to do, then just tell me, right? Just tell me what I need to do, and I'm resourceful enough and I'm ingenious enough to figure it out. So I'll never forget, when Spirit told me, he says, I was turned on to the secret, and I realized that I actually had a role to play in all of this. And when I began to realize what I needed to do, I got right on it because I'm like, look, I don't want this life. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to have these experiences anymore where I'm constantly going around the mountain, constantly going around the mountain. Same old scenario, different situation, same, just going and going and going. And it gets tired, you know, it can get very tired going through the same old stuff, So I wanted to change my life. I wanted to be a better person. And when I realized that I had to reprogram and tap into my subconscious, my spirit man, then I did whatever it was I needed. And you know what? Here's the greatest thing. There's this adage that says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That's the truth. Because when you are ready, when you finally make a decision that it stops today, things begin to find you. The right materials, the right people, and all you have to do is do the work. And it's, when you make a decision and you decide, I'm changing this, things come to you because that's the power, right? And you decide. So I got right on it. I started, listening to my affirmations, and I started really realizing what was working because I listened to a lot of people, and I used a lot of things. But when I found what worked for me, right, what worked for me, I stayed on it. And early in, I wasn't familiar with, change, how it takes place. And fundamentally, I don't like change. However, there's the other side of me that enjoys change. So I was in constant conflict with myself. But now that I'm in harmony, I understand it. So when things start changing, I just get on the roller coaster. I'm like, yeah, I got a ticket for this ride. So I get on there and I go with it. And sure enough, it's instead of it being frightening and frustrating, it's starting to be fun and flexible. So um, the power within you is an awesome tool. It's an awesome uh, aspect of ourselves that God gave us. His power is what it really is. The power to create. And you can create whatever type of world you want. You can create whatever type of life you want. You can create and be the person that you want to be. But you must do the work. Awaken it by tapping into your spirit, by reprogramming your inner dialogue I use guided meditations because, sitting quietly took me a while to get there where I can just sit quietly and meditate. I needed to hear something because I was relying on faith coming by hearing. So I needed to change, increase my faith, awaken it. So I received guided meditations and I was listening and listening, but I found the ones that worked for me. I found the ones that helped me with my self-esteem. I found the ones that helped me to want to attract more abundance in my life. I didn't just want to have money. I wanted to be money, right? I wanted to be abundant. I wanted to be grateful. I wanted to be all of those things. So I found the right materials and tools and I did the work. And that's why I wanted to share it with you. Because if you do the work, remember, if you do the work, you'll reap the reward. Take the time. And whatever time you have, but I'm learning that when you make a decision that you want to incorporate better things into your life has to bend to accommodate those things because you're the creator of your life, not the other way around. Life does not dictate how you're supposed to be. You dictate how the life you want to have. You dictate what the things you want to have in your life. You dictate the things that you want to remove from your life. You decide. And when you do, it's going to be the best thing you've ever done in your life. Make the time Make a decision that this year you are going to be, do, and have what you've always wanted to be, do, and have. Make the decision that this year you are going to have the mate that you want to have. Make the decision that this year you're going to start making the money that you want to start making, if that's what you want. This is the year that you are going to attract whatever the new things that you want to have to come materialize into your life. Do the work and you will reap the rewards. Awaken that true giant. Awaken that sleeping giant within you so that he can get to work for you. Okay? When you do this, my loves, it's going to be the best thing that you've ever done. The best thing. We learned that fear is the culprit. Fear must be annihilated. And when you realize that fear is non-existent, then that's when you can really start operating in faith. I've just come to the decision that fear is it's a delusion. It's an illusion. It's not real. Fear is not real. I choose not to tap into that energy. I choose not to step into that space. When you decide what is relevant in your life, those are the things that's going to be relevant in your life. But you must do the work. You must do the work. And I'm telling you, if you're not living the life or having the things you want to have, change it. Change it. First episode was surviving the dark times. Gratitude. Trusting God. Awakening the power within. So now that we've learned how to awaken the power, next week we're going to be talking about character, the real you. Your character is an external reflection of who you really are. You may be operating behind a mask, but your character will tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. We're going to be talking about that next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing this with your friends and people that you want to help to, bring with you on this journey of success. Thank you so much, guys. I'm Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Until next week. And remember, stay in love.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side.